Andie MacDowell rose to fame in the late 80s with memorable appearances in films like Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Groundhog Day, and 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Her public profile also increased due to long-lived status as a hair and beauty model. The years have been kind to Andie MacDowell, and at almost 60 years old, she's just as stunning as ever. But her career has been much more low-key lately. Here's a look at what the actress has been up to under the radar in recent years. Stepping away from the limelight. MacDowell has spent the better part of her adult life in the spotlight, but too much attention can sometimes overwhelm her. In a 2013 interview with The Washington Post, she said, "There's a deep piece of me that wants to be very personal and not share everything with everybody and not put it out there. There's a piece of me that wants to hold on and not to have to be out in front. But there's another part of me that's perfectly fine with it. It's almost a dual personality." Perhaps smaller roles in TV films and her Hallmark Channel series have helped her find a happy balance between those interests. But there's a sign she might be coming out of her shell now. She did her first nude scene at the age of 59 for 2017's Love After Love and found that she was surprisingly comfortable with the work. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "And after all of that worrying about taking my clothes off, it didn't even affect me in the least, seeing myself naked. What affected me more was to see how sad I looked. The only reason I could do that is because I know that sadness. That to me made me feel more vulnerable than being naked. It had no effect on me, being naked, which is fascinating." That body positivity has also inspired MacDowell to speak out against some ageist terminology that might be thrown at her. Taking a stand. One can call MacDowell talented, graceful, intriguing, and even sexy. But the term cougar will send this star into the red zone. Despite having played a thirsty Southern mom in Magic Mike XXL, MacDowell refuses to label her character and even other women of a certain age cougars. She believes it's downright rude and derogatory. She told People, "I find it offensive. There's this notion that as men get older they become more handsome, so therefore they can have younger women. But there is no reality to that, obviously. It's just another way to disempower women. If we want to date a guy that's 20 years younger than we are, then we definitely have that same right, just like any man does. I dare any 57-year-old man to tell me that he looks younger than me." It's hard to argue with that, although she did famously decline to kiss Dane DeHaan in a Lifetime movie because he was the same age as her son.
He's beautiful!
Yeah, go on, yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know.
I don't know. I think you should loosen up a little bit.
Given what she's been through in her personal life, though, it's no wonder she's widening her potential match market. Surviving heartbreak. Since entering the spotlight in the late 80s, MacDowell has endured 2 major divorces, and each time it left a mark on her heart. She told The Washington Post, "Divorce is horrible. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't think it's anything that's ever completely resolved. I can usually tell when a woman is going through a divorce because they look so gaunt and tired and sad. It's just a huge sadness. It's horrible. It's like death. You mourn, but the person's still there." She's feeling better about those lost loves now, but she still doesn't plan to take a third trip down the aisle anytime soon. She told Town & Country, "I'm in an unusual stage right now because I haven't dated in so long. The sense of isolation turns it all into a bigger deal. Just taking the risk of opening that door is really hard for me right now." In other words, she's steering clear of the long-term relationship scene right now, which might have something to do with her face not being plastered all over gossip headlines anymore. Taking care of business. The reason MacDowell seems so ageless is that she's committed to keeping herself in shape. She told ABC that she does at least 1 hour of exercise every day, saying, "If I miss a day, I'm not as happy. I definitely feel it." She's also been flexing her fame muscle to guide her daughters into their careers in front of the cameras. Her 2 girls, Margaret and Rainey Qualley, have decided to step into show business despite MacDowell's attempt to steer them away. She told Town & Country magazine, "I tried to talk them into doing something less stressful, because while what I do is beautiful, it's not easy. But I do like the idea of Margaret doing some stage training while she's still young, which I didn't do." The training paid off, as Margaret has a recurring role on HBO's The Leftovers, which she films in between her college career at NYU. Rainey, on the other hand, is a budding country music star who has already made a splash on the airwaves. Rainey moved to Nashville in pursuit of her passion, and her mom is just fired up about that development. Rainey, who was named Miss Golden Globe 2012, is also a talented actress who landed a sexy role on a 2015 episode of Mad Men. Back to work. While it seems that McDowell has been relatively absent in recent years, she's actually been working very quietly. She appeared in Freeform's 2012 series Jane by Design before snagging the lead in the Hallmark Channel's Cedar Cove for 3 seasons. She's been trying to keep herself involved in cheerier screen opportunities.
I'm a really sensitive person, so when I watch TV that's super dark, I get agitated, I get upset, I get disturbed, I can't sleep.
Even though her starring series have ended, she still seems ready to return to primetime again sooner than later. As she told the UK's Express, "One of the reasons I didn't really want to do TV earlier in my career was because it is so life-consuming, and I wanted to spend time with my kids and be a mother. I didn't want to leave them. But as soon as my youngest daughter finished high school, I started thinking it would really be great. It was all timing." So don't be surprised if you see Andie MacDowell's name attached to the next big network pilot in the near future, because she's ready. Thanks for watching. Click the Nicki Swift icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.